Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video and tell you guys how I finished high school 7 months earlier than my classmates, and that's because I was online schooled. If you want to know more about like homeschooling and online schooling, I have like an entire video answering like frequently asked questions about it, so I'll link it below. I've always had this dream of finishing high school earlier than everybody else and just getting ahead, and ever since the 10th grade I've actually been taking classes at my public school that have been like a higher grade because I've always felt like the whole system was dragged out, unnecessary. I've always found it more interesting to take more difficult and challenging courses. I mean, as narcissistic as this sounds, I don't feel like I'm on the same level of maturity and, I don't know, kind of willingness to accept challenges as most of my classmates. So yeah, I've always been interested in finishing high school earlier and getting ahead and just doing everything more to my nature, I feel like, because I don't really feel like I fit into the plan of, the school curriculum. So in America, I've heard that you can just take a lot more courses or just take courses that are above your school level. I don't exactly know, but I do know that it's a lot easier in the States than it is in Canada, because in Canada, you don't really have an option to finish high school faster. Like, no matter how many courses you take, you can have like 10 more credits than your classmates and you won't be finishing faster, even though technically you should be, right? Like, the system doesn't allow it. What I had to do was get homeschooled. Something I talked about in my other video that I find kind of interesting is that because I'm homeschooled, a teacher actually called me, which they usually don't even contact you whatsoever. One of my teachers called me and they were like, listen, I know that you're trying to finish high school like before, what was it, January, right? She's like, that's impossible, like you have to get realistic. I don't want you to take that course. I want you to take a course like much higher above that. Looking at your grades, like you're capable of much more. She's like, you won't be finishing by that time. You'll finish in June like everybody else. And I was listening to her and I was like, yeah, okay, like, okay, thanks, okay, right, yeah, you're right, like, okay, bye. And yeah, she was wrong. She was actually heavily wrong, because not only did I finish before January, but I actually finished the beginning of December, which was like 2 weeks before my kind of period that I wanted to definitely finish everything by. So I got like even more ahead than I wanted to. So that just kind of comes to show that don't listen to anybody that tells you you can't finish high school faster or you can't do something because, I mean, I was convinced by a person I don't even know. Don't listen to people's, assumptions of you, because when someone tries to tell you that you can't do this, you can't do that, they're just talking about themselves, like, because they know they can't do it, they're trying to like tell you that you can't either, because we're all the same, right? We all have the same intellectual capabilities. No, we don't. So we can all do whatever we want to as long as we put our minds to it. How I finished it faster, basically I would do a lot of work every day, basically. I would still have a life. A lot of people think that when you're homeschooled, you don't have a life, you just sit at home and do your homework. Au contraire, because I was never home during the day. I would do my homework approximately starting at 11 o'clock at night, finish at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But that was just my system. That's how I worked, and I mean, I'm off it now because I don't have to do that. I go to sleep at like 11 if I want to. So yeah, I just did a lot of work every day, like crammed in probably what I would say 2 weeks worth of assignments at public school. I crammed into one day of my homeschooling life, because everything is so expanded and unnecessary, and like you watch all these movies in public school when you could just be sitting at home doing your actual work and getting ahead of everyone else. For example, something that I would have to do every single day is write an essay. Like, I know sometimes people do like week assignments of writing an essay. Well, I would have to write an essay every single day. So that's like, what, 7 essays a week? That's crazy, right? But that's what I had to do in order to finish, and I did it, and I finished. Actually, not only did I finish high school faster, but I actually finished it with like a 97% average, which is like insane, right? The number one tip I have in order to finish high school faster is organization. I use like my phone's calendar app and just plan out every single day's worth of homework. Now, I don't strictly follow that because I did kind of overestimate, and you don't know when your teachers are going to mark your stuff, so you can't really guess that stuff. But you can just say, I'm going to do an assignment every single day, no slacking. If it was like 1 o'clock at night and I'm like, oh, I want to go to sleep, but I didn't do my homework yet, like, doesn't matter, I'm not going to sleep until I finish my homework. Like, that's how dedicated I was. But I don't really have any tips on how to be dedicated, because that's just my character. It's just who I am. So yeah, I would say that's one of my greatest accomplishments, is finishing high school faster than most of the people, because I can't explain to you how good it feels to just come home after a long day and not have to worry about homework and not have to worry about doing this assignment or checking my grades, because I'm done. Like, that's it. It's an amazing feeling of freedom, and just you're so open to opportunities and travel and just everything. So do I think anybody can finish high school faster? Definitely, because I was sitting there when I was in grade 9 like wondering, how can I get homeschooled, especially in Canada, a place where it's so impossible. Like, people here, they don't really finish high school faster unless you're homeschooled. That's the only kind of way that you can finish high school faster is if you're homeschooled. And nobody helped me, nobody pushed me to do it. I did it myself with my own dedication, and here I am, a high school graduate 7 months earlier. So, I mean, if I can do it, you can too. But I will say that if you have troubles with procrastination, or if you have trouble with like getting your work done, or like you really need someone to sit there and yell at you to do your work, probably not happening, to be honest, because you really need to like be studious and like, yeah, I know it sucks, but I have to do it. I was watching this one video about this girl that's like, yeah, okay, so you're stressed about your homework right now, but what's gonna help you with that stress? Getting it done. If you just get it over with, get school over with, get all of your courses over with, you won't have that stress anymore. So really just procrastinating and not doing your work is doing the opposite of what you want to accomplish. So just do your work and that's it. Like, you'll be free. So bookmark this video or favorite it if you ever need some motivation. If you're like needing to write an essay but you're like, oh, but I want to procrastinate, watch this video and hopefully it'll motivate you to do your work. Also, I don't want to see any comments below that are like, oh, you're so lucky, because I don't believe in luck. There was no luck involved in this whatsoever. I didn't win the lottery. It was just my dedication and work, and just I put more effort into it than the average person, so I finished earlier, you know? Don't tell me that I'm lucky, because I wish I was lucky. I wish that my high school diploma, you know, fell from the sky and I was like done like that, but it didn't work like that. I was up every day till 4 o'clock in the morning doing my homework so I could have this feeling and make this video right now. So that's all. My camera battery is dying because I talk too much. If you have any questions, leave them below and I will try to get back to all of you. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye!